No more bets, please.
Hi everyone, and welcome to another video. This is going to be quite a short video compared to my normal ones. But basically, I just wanted to address one of the most common things you hear when it comes to talking about gambling, and this is the sort of thing that normally non-gamblers, but also gamblers, will tell you. And actually, depending on who it is saying it, kind of affects the connotations of the expression itself, and that is that it's a mug's game. Now, there's several reasons why I don't like this expression. I'll look at it from both sides, from the non-gambling addict and also the point of view of a gambling addict. If you're a casual player, maybe you enjoy the odd football bet, maybe you have a few pound in the fruit machines, maybe when you go out on a lad's night or a girl's night out, you might go to the casino, you might go to the races, and you might enjoy placing a few wagers and enjoy the excitement the betting actually can realistically offer. So basically, by using the term "it's a mug's game," you're implying that everyone who gambles, everyone who bets, is a mug. Now, you might be someone who, to cite a random example, like my father, who will have the very, very occasional bet when he's watching for sport, or he might have bought a lottery ticket, or if he goes to the pub with his friend, he may have £1 or £2 in the fruit machine. He is not a mug. He enjoys the gambling that he does, and he never goes beyond his means. In fact, I would go as far as to say he gambles almost too far within his means. And this is speaking as a gambler, in that when he does win, the money he wins is going to be of absolutely no significance to him whatsoever. But he enjoys it. He enjoys watching and then having someone to cheer on, particularly in a game of football where maybe it should be a good game, but he's a relative neutral and he just puts a couple of quid on a team just to make it more enjoyable, to make it a bit more entertaining for himself. Then he'll go in the pub and him and his friend will have the change from their beers. Maybe it might be £2-3 or whatever, and they'll put it in the fruit machine. If they lose, they don't think any more of it. I would never for 1 second say that my father and people like him who gamble in this way are mugs. They're enjoying themselves. They are spending a relatively small amount, an insignificant amount of money to them on gambling, and they're actually getting a greater return than the potential loss. So on that basis, it cannot be called a mug's game. Now, if we look at it from the other side, we look at it from the perspective of someone like myself, who is a recovering gambling addict, or also known as a compulsive gambler, a problem gambler, however you choose to label either yourself or others. Calling it a mug's game then takes on a completely different angle. It implies that that person is indeed a mug. It basically puts the blame solely at their feet. That they're basically an idiot. They are a mug. They're a fool, they're lacking in intelligence or common sense, and that is the reason why they gamble. The problem with this, of course, is that it's completely ignoring the actual addiction part of the problem. And that is that it is a chemical addiction, it's a psychological addiction, and it's now recognised as a mental illness. As far as I'm aware, there isn't a single other mental illness where people would openly refer to sufferers as a mug. To basically pour scorn on the sufferer of a mental illness and put it as some sort of inferiority on their part. Now, I won't for 1 second say that gambling isn't a conscious decision. Even as an addict, you do make that decision to gamble, and there is, of course, personal responsibility to blame. You can't absolve yourself of all responsibility and purely blame the addiction. But I would say someone like myself and others that I know, who are generally intelligent people, who are steeped in common sense in so many ways, who hold down good jobs, hold down marriages, support children, and are generally, successful people. To then call them mugs because of a flaw in their character and because of a chemical or psychological addiction or a mental health issue that they have less control over than they would like, does no one any favours. So what I would suggest is next time you say that gambling is a mug's game, I agree. I do agree to some extent. Of course, you'll always end up the loser. But by calling it a mug's game, you are insulting those who gamble within their means, those who gamble responsibly, and you're also belittling the plight of those who suffer from, I would suggest, one of the worst addictions someone can have. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll catch you on the next one.